was already hard enough being, you know, partially forced into normality. You know, we weren't really allowed to leave school because everyone wanted us to remain grounded.
What do you think of all the teeny bop fans you've got?
We don't care how old people are, really.
Yeah, they could be 3 years old to 86 years old. We wouldn't care.
What about if they're 87?
I think, shut up.
Certainly in Daniel's case, the pressures of media intrusion and everything else into his life definitely took a toll. And I know that it always sounds, like a sob story. You know, woe was me, I made millions of dollars and, you know, the naughty newspaper man wanted to give me grief. But, you know, people have no idea. For example, when a lawyer makes a completely unfounded assertion in a court case in America that one of your songs inspired somebody to kill someone.
About that teenage suicide, or teenage incident in the States, and I was wondering, like, what they think about it.
No, it wasn't a suicide. He killed his parents, not himself. It was just a lawyer trying to, make an excuse for a dude killing some people, and we don't feel responsible in any way, and we just think the lawyer was a idiot.
You know, when we were young, I literally had... It wasn't normal at all, and I'm not whinging. It was... I wouldn't change my life in any way, but when we were young, I literally had the people that wanted to kill me and the people that wanted to be my best friend, and that was it. There was no normality. There was no, like, nice to meet you, what's your name, let's get to know each other. It was like, nice to meet you, do you hate me or do you want me to sign Frog Stomp for you? Growing up with that, I think you have to design some kind of personality trait which makes people intimidated to approach you, or you have to legitimately lock yourself away, and then you kind of don't have a choice in whether or not you're going insane.
I would say it came out in his records, and it came out in some of his health issues that he moved into. The start of his anorexia, which he's spoken about quite openly, that took root around the working of the Freak Show record. Daniel, I think as an artist growing up, realised that you either hide those things away and never write about them, never talk about them, or you confront them. And I think bravely he confronted it. Wrote songs about it in Anna's song on the Neon Ballroom album.
The whole eating disorder thing is such a strange thing to happen to you, when, especially if you're a male. And I was from about 16 to about 20 years old. I was pretty sick and went in and out of being really bad to kind of all right, but never really good. I think that it was definitely a control thing. A lot of what started me not eating was when I started getting beaten up a lot after school by people that weren't in the school. They used to follow me in a van and beat me up in the van and throw me outside the van and leave me on the street, and I'd have to walk home and all that stuff. I felt like I need to make myself look more fragile so they feel sorry for me.
Yeah, you kind of, like, especially from Newcastle, it's quite a, it's quite a boys kind of town. So that, talking about that kind of stuff, just, I don't know, it was just hard to do it.
It cultivates itself and grows and grows and grows, and before you know it, it's not about that anymore. It's actually about you've got it. You've got anorexia and you can't stop it.
We just didn't talk about it. That was our way of dealing with it. It's very mature of us.
Just a really strange time, and just everything was up in the air, so you never... the whole scenario was pretty devastating. He was really not well.
The band played the final show of Neon Ballroom in December of '99 at Homebake. And at the time, as there has been on each of the records they've made, it was completely open-ended as to, you know, what they would do or when they would do it or if they would do it. It was quite possible that they may choose to not decide to make another record together at that point.
Homebake, and when Daniel wore the purple mirrored suit, which was handmade in 4 days. We honestly thought it was very possible it was going to be the last show that the band ever performed. The touring for Neon Ballroom had been such a struggle and you know, so difficult for Daniel in particular that it didn't feel like the band were going to potentially have a future.
Homebake was a pretty emotional on that one, and that was where we'd kind of really decided, you know, we're going to take a pretty lengthy break. I mean, I even got friends ringing up all the time going, so the band split up, and it's just like, no, it hasn't split up, we've got nothing on the calendar, so it was a bit of a sad day. Yeah, oh, not sad, but emotional. You know, something was going to stop for a while, and you weren't really sure when it was going to start up again.